you going, Forbesy?
Yeah, good.
No worries, mate.
Yeah, all good.
Yeah, so this is Tim. He's the factory foreman, so he's fully qualified now. And for about 12 months he's been our foreman in the factory, looking after the construction and everything what goes on inside here. So Ross sort of takes the orders and organises that sort of things, and Forbesy makes sure that everything gets built on time and the quality and that sort of thing. So yeah, a lot of work, mate, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a lot for him to manage. And you started here, how old were you then? 17?
17, yeah.
So he's been a tradesman now for more than 12 months, and now our factory foreman, which is great. Yeah, so just spraying some things up?
Yeah, just touching up some black bits and then top coat.
Yeah, cool, no worries. Yeah. So you can see this is all being sanded. Righto, it's nice and smooth. Sand every part of it. We're just touching up some black, and then we're going to lacquer over the top of that. So yeah, righto, no worries, mate.
All good.
So this is our metalwork room. How you going, Josh?
Yeah.
This is Josh here. He's been working with us for a while, so he's sort of looking after everything in the metalwork room. And what we're making here is all the legs for underneath the kitchens, the storage boxes, and also all the drawers. Most of the drawers that Beachy makes have got tables in them, and they all come with a set of legs. The carve-out kitchens, everything. So we probably make 100 sets of those a week. You know, Josh is in here with another bloke as well. You come down and have a look. So we pretty much start with, you know, a tube like that. We're going to cut it up on that machine there, and we're going to make all these components here. You can see that's the leg there. We made up. We've got to crush that end. We've got to do some tube notching on this tool here, drill some holes, and there's a lot goes on. So these are all the components we make up. And then we've got a little jig over here. So that's the jig we use to weld everything together. Everything just sits in place there, and Josh welds them all up. So yeah, a lot of work, mate, isn't it?
Yeah.
Keeps you going flat out.
Keeps you going busy.
Yeah, so no worries, mate.
It does.
This is what we call the wrap room, and it's where everything goes when it's being finished off. So you can see there's some orders here. That's a carve-out kitchen, or that's a van back. We've got a DSO, a swing-out kitchen here. Another custom kitchen here, a DPOS here. So they're all finished. And what's going to happen here is we'll wrap those up and freight them out the door. So we've got a little bit of stock here. These are all orders, yeah, waiting for customers to pick them up or pay so that we can send them out. Also some wholesale products we're sending up to some trailer companies in Brisbane and Adelaide and around the place. So yeah, a lot of work goes on here in the afternoons. You know, everything's got to be wrapped up, you know, protected well so it's not going to get damaged, and then send out the door. Righto, let's see how they're going with the trailer. No worries. Righto. Set it up. Garlene, you want to get in a video? Yeah, so this is Galen, and she's looking after all the freight. So you can see we've got yeah, 8 or 9 boxes here all wrapped up. These are drawers here. There's a package deal kitchen over there. These are package deal kitchens for the camper trailers. So you know, we wrap them up really well. They've got timber corners. They're all wrapped in 3mm MDF, so they're fairly well protected. And they're strapped on a pallet. We make these pallets ourselves as well, so they fit on there nicely. And yeah, Galen looks after all the freight. So if you're a customer and you've ordered a set of drawers or a kitchen, Galen will be in touch once the kitchens have left here. She'll send you all the freight details, and then she can also correspond with you if there's, you know, in terms of picking up the freight or if there's any issues. So yeah, it keeps you going pretty busy, Galen.
Yeah, definitely.
A lot of freight goes out, and also now we're doing sort of 40 or 50 of these sort of packages every week. That's a lot of freight to go. And also there's all the incomings as well. So we've got some boot liner carpet there, all sorts of incomings, and Galen also looks after all the ordering and everything that comes in. So yeah, it's a lot of work to look after. Right, I think the guys are finished here now, and we'll have a look at the trailer. Yeah, so just to be clear as well, this is a GIC trailer, nothing to do with us. We're not selling these or anything like that. This is a customer's trailer. We've got 2 of these here this week. We just happen to do a lot of these trailers and fit our kitchens in there. So yeah, just to be clear, the trailer itself's got nothing to do with us at Drifta. We're just fitting out the kitchen. Okay, so there's 2 parts to this. Now you can see the gap we've got in the front here. The reason for that, a little bit of wasted space, a bit of a shame, but that's because of these latches. So they have to be able to fit inside there. Okay, so that's why we've got that gap. Okay, so here's the storage box here. We've got a latch there, and that can pull in and out. So lots of space in there. Having the storage box is great because it transfers that space from inside there out here where you can get to it. Because we've got the storage box, we don't need to have the gas struts, and we've pulled those out like we showed you before. We don't to lift that bed base up. You know, it's a big effort. That's quite a heavy bed base, and to lift that right up to get into there is a real pain. So with the storage box, you just don't need to worry about that. So the gas struts can come off. If you want to get anything out, you can just do that. Now these can counterbalance against the bed base. We can pull that out further. And we've also got legs we can drop down, righto, to hold that in place. So we can pull it right out and we can drop the legs down. With the drawers in the front too, it's really good because we can access, you know, like pantry drawers, and you don't have to pull the box right out to get things. You can just use it like a pantry drawer. Now this one's got carpet on here. Normally trailers don't have the carpet, but you can see that's still sliding really nicely, and in this case, you know, that carpet is fine to stay in there. Right, here's the kitchen here. So we're just going to pull it out. Now the trick is to pull it out about to where the hinge is, right, so we can still open this cupboard here, and there's still a good 6 inches left in the back of the trailer. Rightio. Now we can adjust this height pretty easily. Just going to lift it up a little bit higher. A good way of adjusting these is just putting your knee underneath there, and we can lift that up. It's very important that these legs are adjustable, and yeah, so this is now a standard DPOR. We've shown you those before in videos, but I'll just quickly set it up. Now remember, the kitchen's going to be the focal point of your whole camp really, when you're travelling and camping. So it's important that you've got something, you know, that works really well, is functional and nice and organised. So this sort of kitchen lets you do that. We've got this fold-out design that I sort of designed 15 years ago. That's it there. So you can see now we've got lots of bench space right around, and that's the main feature of our kitchens. There's a cupboard on the end there. Okay, so we'd use that as a dry food pantry. Lots of space in there. We've got drawers here. All of our retail kitchens comes with, of course, a Drifta stubby holder, so that gets chucked in there. We've got some instruction sheets, a few tips on bits and pieces, that sort of thing. So that's in there. Now this one's got an electric pump, so the customer will he's going to fit his own electric pump, 12-volt pump on there, and you can connect that with a hose underneath. So instead of having a hand pump, you've got electric tap. There's a sink and the pump there. Nice deep sink. Now it's funny, the plastic tubs don't look much, but that's the best practical solution for when you're camping. We can fill it up there, no worries, we can wash up there. The good thing is we have dirty dishes here, we can wash up and we can drain them on this space here. So it's very important to have that space around you when you're washing up. If you want to as well, you can just do it up over here, and it's much easier just to chuck that water on the grass under a tree. If you have a sink, fixed in sink, and you've got a plug in the sink, then you can pull the plug, but it still has to drain into a bucket, which you've got to empty anyway. So it's much more practical to have that sort of setup. Rightio, so that's it there. Now you can see from what we started with, a small tailgate kitchen. This is much more organised setup. We've got bench space right around us. We've got our storage box right here. We can still access that. And we've got our drawers in the front here as well. So this has turned this trailer into a very functional camper. Something you could very quickly and easily set up just for an overnight camp for your food and cooking, or if you wanted to stay for a couple of weeks. Righto, so no worries. Thanks very much. Rightio, so now we've finished this second trailer and we'll show you how it's come up. So what we've done, we've put in what we would call a fridge box package deal. That incorporates a kitchen with a fridge in the back, a storage box with front drawers, and we've got that in our black stainless look, so that's the stainless laminate on the front. So what we've done to fit them in here, the kitchen just slides on the floor of the trailer, so you don't have to do anything to the floor of the trailer. These plastic skids are very tough, they're not going to wear out, and they just slide nicely on the floor of the trailer. We've put a packer in here. We need to keep these slightly separated, so there's a small packer that screws down there. And you can see on this side, you might be able to get a close-up of that. Because of these big lugs here, we've had to put a packer in there. And that means that this storage box will slide out past those lugs and drop the legs down. So that's now transferring all of that space inside the trailer out here where we can get to it. The trick is with the legs, right, is you want to put it most of the way back in the trailer. You can put your foot down here, all right, you can press the button, pull him out slightly, and put the legs away. Now you've got most of the weight already in there, so then you just slide him away. Okay, so we'll pull the kitchen out, and the same thing, we just get him out about halfway. All right, we can drop the legs down. Now they're all adjustable as well, and we're going to pull him out most of the way. So it's about there. All right, we've still got a good 150 mils left in there. We can open the door of the fridge and we can access the controls here as well. All right, now this space here, of course, is covered in by the awning of the trailer. So this is all covered space. All right, so we lift the lid off. And this sets up now pretty much the same as our standard DPOR kitchens. Rightio. Just drop that slightly. Righto, so that takes you, about a minute, and you've now got lots of kitchen bench space. So your stove's in the middle there, you've got your sink and your pump here. Lots of storage, all your bench space of course. You've got your drawers here. Okay, 3 nice drawers. On this side we've got our fridge we can easily access. And here we've still got our storage boxes. And we've got the drawers there. The good thing too with this one here, we can pull this out to about there. We've got the bench space on top we can still use. We can still access the drawers and we can still get to the fridge. It works really well. It's a great practical setup. A couple other things we've done while we're at it, we've put some 12-volt plugs here. Okay, we've got Merit and also cigarette plug. So it's a good place to have, plugs at the back here for lights, for your awning and things like that. Front here, what we've done here is we've put in a battery. Okay, we've reinforced the bottom of the storage box there with some marine carpet covered ply. We've put a divider in there, we've got a kill switch and a 10 amp battery charger and a 100 amp hour battery. We've also got a light there which is really good. The light here in the toolbox works really well. That'll light up this whole area in the front here. So if you're backing up at night or you're looking through your vehicle. The other thing we've got is we've just put on a solid ply marine covered carpet step on the front there, which is that. The customer wanted to have a large esky on the front there, so we've got some tie down points underneath here. So there's 2 tie down points underneath there, and we can put some straps over the top. So that's made good use of that area there. The other thing we've done too is you've got to be able to charge your battery, so we've run an answer plug out the front here. So we've drilled a hole, run the wires through, and that can now plug into the rear of the vehicle. So you can charge your battery while you're driving, and you can also you can put a solar panel into that same Anderson plug. We've put some 12-volt plugs inside the tent and also at the rear, and now that's made a massive difference to the trailer. So, we do a lot of these sort of things with trailers. You can bring it here, we can measure it up for you. You can leave it here for a while, we'll fit it up, and transforms a trailer to something that is really usable. So, all right, thank you very much.